Welcome to the Agents Lounge podcast, where we talk all things real estate with the industry's top performers. Join us as we dive into the inspiring journeys of successful agents and uncover the secrets to their success. Whether you're a seasoned agent or just starting out, we got the tips and tricks to help you navigate the world of real estate. Brought to you by Airtegrity Comfort Solutions. So grab a seat and join us in the Agents Lounge.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to your next episode of the Agents Lounge, sponsored by Airtegrity Comfort Solutions, your local leader in HVAC here in San Antonio. Today on our show, the Agents Lounge, where our special guest is Andrea Garza from Kwik Dry, one of our partners that we like to go ahead and showcase today. I know a lot of times we will have realtors on the show, but it's also good to have our partners who kind of work in that same arena because it takes a village. It takes a village to do a successful operation like this. So, Andrea, tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and what brought you to Kwik Dry and what you do there.
Sure, absolutely. So a couple of years ago, my husband and I, we had a different type of business. We actually own an escape room, which was a lot of fun.
I've always wanted to do that. Yeah.
Great for team building.
Yeah, hey, there you go, man.
Maybe fighting each other.
Yes, I'm going to push you out of the way.
Yes, we loved it. Unfortunately, of course, the pandemic hit. Landlord actually sold the building, so we had to get everything out of there. And we put everything in storage, hoping to maybe open in the future. But during that transition, my first daughter was 4 months old. And then, of course, a year and a half later, I had my second one. So we needed something else. And that's where we came up with the idea of having a cleaning business. It's a need. It's always going to be there. And it cannot get shut down.
That is true. I mean, cleanliness is a necessity in today's world. Now, when you're talking about cleaning a business, what exactly do you clean and how do you do that?
Sure. So our main services it's carpet cleaning, air duct cleaning, tile, grout, but we also clean upholstery, mattresses, actually. A lot of people don't know that. One of our newest additions, a couple of months ago, we started cleaning office panels, actually, like the office dividers that have fabric.
Okay.
So,
and how would one how would you do that to make it, like, what's different with what you do versus like me grabbing some Lysol and a paper towel or something like that?
So the key to any of these types of cleanings is extraction. The other steps are important, obviously, as well, but extraction, right? So a lot of times, when we're at home, we might just spray a cleaner and then agitate it with a rag or something. And that's when we get like a ring a lot of times, like a water ring or solution. And then you're like, oh, I got to do the whole seat again. And then there's still the water marks, and that's because it wasn't properly extracted, probably. But the difference between us and other services, we are a green company. We use hypoallergenic, biodegradable solutions. They're very friendly, kid-friendly, pet-friendly. We don't use any harsh chemicals. That's the main difference. We also do our cleaning processes are low moisture. So we don't use heat. We don't use steam. They're low moisture. We use a fraction of the water that other companies use. So that makes your drying time a lot quicker, more efficient.
Hence the name Kwik Dry. It's not just a marketing ploy. It's fact, ladies and gentlemen. So your life is disrupted to a bare minimum as much as possible with what you do.
Right. So it's ideal. Actually, we get a lot of demand from commercial properties where, they'll open. Sometimes we get there like at 6, 7 a.m. because they open at 9, 10 a.m. and the carpets will be dry already, when the customers come in. So that's ideal. For couches, of course, it takes a little longer, but for carpet, our dry time, it's about 2 hours. So that's, yeah. And you don't want, you don't want your carpets, your padding to be wet for hours and hours.
What would you say is different from what you do versus, say, someone who does like home restorations or something like that?
It's well, I would say it's complementary. Usually, someone that does restoration. You mean like
Like a water extraction or anything like that.
like a flood or something.
Yeah.
Something. So I know that a lot of restoration companies will add or do the carpet cleaning afterwards. The main difference is that, right? Like the restoration after a flood, they need to come and check if there's mold. We sometimes get phone calls of, there was a flood, but the carpets are okay now. Can you come clean them? And I'm like, no. Like, you need to check them for mold. So I always refer them out to a restoration company because mold forms, it's really fast, 24 hours approximately sometimes. So the restoration company will come and do an inspection. Sometimes, obviously, they have to lift the carpet, they have to lift the padding, they dry the whole area and make sure that there's no mold growing. And like I said, sometimes they do offer the carpet cleaning after that, or they just refer refer it out to a carpet cleaner.
Well, you talk about like water damage. People think, oh, there's some water in there. I'll have somebody come clean the carpet or shampoo it, and we're back to good. We're back to normal. But in reality, if there was any kind of water or moisture, don't mess around with that stuff.
Yeah, if it was flooded, for sure, your first stop is a restoration company.
Okay, but if someone just has normal wear and tear or normal stuff that spills, that's where you guys kind of come in
Absolutely.
and make it back to where it needs to be.
Yes. If there's, any type of flooding, absolutely you want that to get checked. Like I said, because mold forms very quickly. We usually tell them, like, call us after it gets checked, after you make sure.
So we got all the dangerous potential out, then we bring in the Kwik Dry folks. Okay. Right. Now, expand a little bit about what you do with air ducts and why is that even an important thing to think about?
Sure. So something that I like to think about is, everything at home gets dusty, right? Furniture, floors, everything. So a lot of that you all know as an HVAC company that circulates through your filter, through your system. So add that, add pets, sometimes if you live out in the country, all the dust, dirt that comes into the house, it ends, in the air ducts. Post-construction, new homes, right? Like right after you build them, sometimes if they don't shut the vents, a lot of that fine dust ends up there, and then once they turn on the AC, it just goes back out to the house. So
you got rid of it, quote unquote, but you didn't get rid of it.
Yeah.
You're just repurposing it in other places in the home.
Right.
Yeah.
So yes, it is recommended. I believe it's between 3 and 5 years approximately to do an air duct cleaning. It doesn't hurt, just to do it. Just like we clean the rest of our home, we clean it. A lot of people experience allergy-like symptoms, like sniffles and coughing, runny nose. Sometimes they do experience headaches. So yeah, absolutely give it a thought because that all gets blown back into the house.
And now, is there, you kind of go off on that a little, is there a true comprehensive way to get rid of dust, or is it just kind of something that's, we're stuck with, no matter what?
As far as the air ducts or in general?
In your home.
Oh gosh.
Well, I to me, I've never really seen a way to get rid of it,
Right. It's always going to be there. Yeah, unfortunately. But that's why we have to keep up, maintenance clean and all that.
Yeah. Now, how do you guys go about cleaning air ducts? I mean, is it like a major invasive process, or what's involved in that?
So we do a deep cleaning. All of our services are all inclusive. We believe that the way to effectively clean is just include everything. Give the whole thing to the customer. Don't break it into pieces. A lot of companies, whether it's with carpet cleaning or upholstery, sometimes they quote like a very low price, and then upon arrival they're like, oh, but by the way, it's heavily stained, so you need a stain removal now. And then they mark it up, and then they're like, oh, but it's a little stinky, so now you need a deodorizer. That's an extra price. We don't do that. We're an all-inclusive. So with our air duct cleaning, we're all-inclusive as well. We remove each single vent from your home. We wash them, we disinfect them. And then we bring the machine underneath each vent. We go inside and clean each single vent. It's a rotating vacuum brush on the tip that we feed inside the air duct gently. The brush, it's more like whiskers, I like to say, just like sweeps very gently to kind of like agitate the
Maybe
dust.
like in a car wash, like those.
Yeah, they're very, very gentle.
Yeah, it's not damaging your car, but it's making sure it's clean.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, like little whiskers just to agitate the dust, and then it vacuums everything out. And it has like a 25, 30 foot long reach, inside the duct. So we literally clean each single one of them.
And you take your time with that.
Yes. And then at the end, we fog the system with an EPA hospital grade solution that travels through the ductwork. And that basically gets rid of any type of bacteria, viruses, and it inhibits the growth of biogrowth or mold, mildew, anything.
Would this, now living in the day and time that we live in, would this eliminate any COVID that's in there or something like that?
It does. It does. Yeah, it is viricide.
Okay. Well, that's good.
So it does,
but it's
yes.
non-toxic.
Non-toxic. People can stay inside the house, actually. So it's not invasive. Like I said, we just need like a 2-3 feet clearance underneath each vent. But you don't have to leave the house. It's nothing abrasive. The machine is large, but it's not the size of a refrigerator or anything like that.
Okay. Wow. People tend to think the only way to clean something truly, and maybe it's part of our culture, is bleach. You bleach it, but in the process of doing it, you make yourself pass out or something because of the fumes. And I would say that bleach may not be the end all. There's other ways to take care of this, and that's what you're talking about, that aren't as dangerous to yourself or your loved ones.
Right.
But still do the job even better than bleach could do.
Yes, and obviously, these solutions for the air duct cleaning, obviously, it's a solution made for that, specifically for that. And it's as green as it can get, because it's still killing, things in there, but as green as it can get, safe overall. We also focus, San Antonio Kwik Dry, we also focus on unscented as much as possible, because it does bother a lot of people. So during the cleaning, you will get a really nice, pleasant citrus smell, from the solutions that we use for carpet and upholstery. But once they dry, it's gone. It's not going to linger.
Okay. That's good to know. Now, one thing you mentioned that I find kind of remarkable is cleaning mattresses. One, why would somebody want to clean a mattress if their mattress is fine, they sleep on it? I mean, what potential hazards are there with something like that?
Why not? Again, we go back to cleaning or deep cleaning, everything, surfaces in general. The mattress, obviously, as our our skin, that skin goes back into the mattresses. A lot of people use the protectors, which that's great, but a lot of people don't. So we do a deep cleaning of the mattress. It's recommended at least to do it once a year. We do a deep vacuum. Then we spray the solution. We scrub it. We extract. And of course, if you have little ones, there's always spills or accidents that happen here and there. And, it's always unsightly to see that.
Wow. Now, I've heard there's a lot of stuff in the news about things like bed bugs. Is that something you can tackle?
Oh, that's a good question. I honestly, I avoid it.
Okay.
I do. I've had, I think, just a couple of phone calls where they either suspect or they know they have them. And it's mostly because we just don't want to mess with that. Bed bugs, it's actually a really... any pest control company, if y'all talk to one, ask them about it. But it's extremely difficult to get rid of. So if we get that, in our equipment, our truck, or the technician or something, it'll travel.
You got man down. Yes.
One thing about your HVAC system kind of helps you treat that. So they live in a certain environment where it has to be between about 60% humidity. So if you have a house that has high humidity, there's a chance that those things are nurturing and they're growing inside. Whereas you have a very dry home, you have the moisture control of your home like at 55 or 50 or 45, the lower the humidity. They can't thrive in that environment. So making sure that you have a good humidity system in your home kind of helps prevent it from drying, from living. Plus, they're so tiny, they're molecular, you can't see them. So your AC actually picks it up whenever the AC turns on, it'll pick them up and they'll just be flowing in your air.
I didn't know that.
So that's why having a good filter, having your ducts clean, and having your
mattress cleaning.
Having those things, controlling those things kind of helps prevent those things from growing or being alive.
Depending on the concern of the customer or the infestation, I do refer them to pest control.
Yeah, it's something, of course, you don't want to mess with. It's recommended, I think, to get a new mattress every 8 years. Why would somebody want to invest in cleaning what they have versus just going and maybe getting another mattress?
Well, it's fairly inexpensive, honestly. And in general, you can do a little bit of research, on deep cleaning your mattress. It is recommended. Again, at least once a year, but sometimes every 6 months. Why not? We're sleeping there. That's where we sleep. That's and again, you're breathing that every night, and it'll just freshen up and also lengthen the durability of your mattress.
Okay.
The lifespan as well.
Okay. So it's not just washing your sheets once a week in hot water. It's going above and beyond that, because we're talking about the health and well-being of your family and loved ones there. Now you also you said tile and grout. Now why is that even a thing? Why should somebody consider something like that?
If you pay close attention, I'll give you guys an assignment next time.
Okay.
I started noticing this after I started in the industry, but now whenever I go to a friend's house or I'm out and about, now I notice a grout. It's like, I don't want to notice that. But you do notice. So you'll see the grout lines that are completely uneven color, and you get really close. And sometimes, depending on how long it's been, it's like caked in there. The grime, the dirt. Grout is porous. So any spills, any pet accidents, any, the juice that your baby dropped, it gets absorbed. It'll stain the grout over time, and it just holds on to dirt and gunk and all of that. Mopping, well, that's good. You're cleaning the floors, but it just sometimes gets trapped in there, you know. So a good tile and grout cleaning is recommended to do it at least once a year. Your floors will look significantly better. A lot of customers sometimes are considering changing their flooring, and I tell them, like, just give it a deep clean and see what you think. And that on its own is like having new floors, because it's a whole new look.
You recommended that once a year, you said?
Once a year at least, yes.
And what do you use to clean? Is, again, more non-toxic?
Right. Tile and grout cleaner. Yes. All the formulas are Kwik Dry, patented, you know. So it's a very gentle, it's safe for the tile. And we actually do a scrub. So we'll do the pre-vacuum, we spray the solution, and then we scrub the tile, we scrub the grout lines. The grout lines, we do it old school, because that's the only way to get really, you know, into all the crevices. So we do it manually. But we also have the floor machine. But yeah, the floors will look great.
What would be, I mean, what would the difference between what you do and, say, someone who goes to like Home Depot or Lowe's and buys tile and grout cleaner and does it themselves? What you use to clean is stronger than that, I'm assuming.
So you can do it. It's honestly, it's the equipment that makes a big difference. The floor machine will save your back. It's something that you're doing. Yeah, you can do it, but you can be on your knees, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to spend your weekend doing that.
That's a good way to punish your kids.
Oh, yes. You put in some overtime,
The old way.
kiddos. Put in some OT. Yeah, I mean, especially, you know, the way our generation, right?
Yeah.
It's labor
You have to
intensive.
kneel down and
Yes.
Yeah, it's labor intensive, and then after you agitate everything, you really want to extract the solution. You don't want it just sitting there. So if you don't clean it properly,
All right. Andrea, what are some of the things that you enjoy doing in the community, or what are you involved in?
And what do you like to do as yourself away from Kwik Dry?
Away from quick. Well, I have two little ones, 4 and 1.5, my daughters. So I don't have a lot of me time at the moment, unfortunately. But that'll change, I'm sure. I mean, I'm passionate about education, health. I'm very interested in kid psychology. So I spend a little bit of free time that I have, you know, of course, child education and everything that I can get my hands on as far as that goes. That's my world right now.
Okay. And is Kwik Dry part of any kind of philanthropy in the community? Anything y'all do that y'all part of?
You know, I'm actually working on something. I don't want to say it yet.
Ooh, drum roll, please. Yes.
But yes, it's something that we do want to give back to the community. It's a project that I'm putting together. I'm just working on the logistics. But yes, it would be helping those in need.
Okay, that's good.
So for somebody that, Christmas is just around the corner, right? You have guests coming on. Like, now's the perfect time to get some
Yes.
cleaning done, right?
Yeah.
Are you all booked, or can you all still?
Yes. You don't want
in.
Andrea to come over for Thanksgiving and say, "Oh my God, look at your tile grout."
Right. Yes. Yes, it is our busy season right now. Definitely. People usually, I guess, wait for the last minute. And then they're like, oh, my couch needs cleaning, you know, or my carpets. We're pretty booked, but we'll be happy to.
Are y'all doing any specials for the holidays to the end of the year or anything like that?
We have a couple of specials in place. Yes,
Okay.
they're on our website.
What is your website, by the way?
SanAntonioQuickDry.com.
And that's Kwik with KWIK?
Yes.
Okay.
SanAntonioQuickDry.com.
Excellent. And so if somebody was interested in getting more information, they can hit up your website and contact y'all through there.
Absolutely. And our phone number is very easy to remember.
Okay, let's see how easy.
Check it out. 210 300-0003.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So don't forget that.
I don't know if I can remember that one. I don't know. There'll be a quiz later, Francisco. 0003. Pauses included.
There you go.
Yes, you cannot forget that. So, well, thank you for coming on today, Andrea. You know, clearly you are the expert in what you do, and we hope our listeners will take full advantage of the services that y'all provide for our community, and we look forward to having you back again sometime soon.
Absolutely. Thank
Thank
you
you
all for having me.
And again, thank y'all for listening today. This is your latest episode of the Agents Lounge, sponsored by Air Integrity Comfort Solutions, your local leader in HVAC, installation, maintenance, and repair. We'll see you next time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You've been listening to the Agents Lounge podcast, brought to you by Air Integrity Comfort Solutions. To learn more about the resources mentioned on today's show or to listen to past episodes, please visit agentsloungepodcast.com.